pero vamos a ayudar un ratito porque les voy a dejar explicar yo eso de cómo tenemos que realizar el ojo. Es como un workshop. Sí, ándale, y ya que bajo texto Watch it.
Please don't get up. I can see that you're settled and ready to go. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. This is fabulous. Oh, wonderful. Great.
Yeah, we're trying to get a documentary maybe that this local.
Yeah, well, I think it's perfect. So,
yeah. I'm going to close this door. Is that okay?
yeah, the only thing, go ahead and
do you
it.
want that?
Yeah,
See if the light is
it's a, you can close it. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I got enough light in here.
We just don't
Okay,
have
there's a couple of directions here before we get started and the introductions take place. So, the paper last week on the blue sheet goes up here on this stand, please.
Oh, yeah.
The sheet for today pick up over here. And there's probably a very confusing question to you. I think it's maybe number 4 or 5 that has to do with drawing a line. This is by way of introduction for something that's coming up in this class in about 2 weeks. You're going to hear some music, and when we talk about authentic American painters, sound, you're going to hear sound and see some artwork that was done sort of to music. And this particular 2 questions, 4 and 5, right? So, the sound that you hear, and what I think I'll try to do is designate that because this is a freelance program. So it might be uncertain as to which style is which, but if you identify the lines that you're going to put down for, and those lines have to do with what you sense as rhythm. So is it like a long sound that you might hear from a violin that would be a long, extended sound, or is it short, choppy? Does the rhythm go up and down? How does it flow? Well, your line might indicate that. And in this case, try to put down exactly what you feel about it, because there isn't a This is by way of introducing you to something coming up in a couple of weeks. So, without delaying any further, what I would like to tell you is that the Eagles have landed. We've all heard about the band, the Eagles. This is a group, well, part of a group, two of five of a group from San Antonio, the Conjunto Aguila.
Yeah,
Pretty
Aguila.
close?
Yeah.
Pretty close, Aguila. Conjunto Aguila.
Águila.
Aguila means eagle. It's,
The Eagle.
that's why he said we just landed.
A-G-U-I-L-A. Aguila. Aguila.
Aguila.
Aguila.
Yeah.
Is there an R on the end?
No.
No?
A-G-U-I-L-A.
Conjunto Aguila. And Bene is the orchestrator, the founder,
Of the Conjunto, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Fearless
particular
leader.
one.
the fearless leader, and the oldest by
Yes,
far.
by-
No.
We trade places once in a while.
So, I've asked them to introduce different kinds of music that come on accordion and then with the accompaniment, and they're going to do some explanations of the instruments. They'll play some of the things all the way through, some of the things they're going to play partway through, and there'll be time for questions, and I hope that you will participate in this because that's what we're trying to promote with it. And then son, Rolando here works for Time News and is doing a segment on them that will be somewhere on one of the channels.
Hopefully, yeah, down the line. Yeah. Shooting a documentary on conjunto music with the focal point of my father, so it's going on 2 years and probably another 2 years worth of filming and shooting. So y'all look good today, so y'all might be on camera. So
So we're happy to have you here.
Okay,
Welcome.
We're going to start, we're going to play a polka for you guys, and just a little one. And then we're going to start explaining how, more or less, how everything got started with conjunto music. And so, that's it. Well, that's one of the oldest polkas, and that's what started more or less. But the accordion, like this type of accordion, I guess they were from the early 1900s, or maybe even the late 1800s. The Hispanic people or Mexican people, you know, started using them, and then after the 1900s started, you know, they find this is what you call a bajo sexto, and they started mixing with the accordion, and and this well, the accordion comes. They really don't know if it started in China, but it's German instrument. This one here, and that comes from Spain. But when it came, then people from Mexico started studied them and then started making them. So that's what you call a bajo sexto with an accordion. And then when you see the whole band, you have a bass, you know, regular bass like the rock and roll bands use, but they use it for that. They also have a set of drums, you know, acoustics that for the. So that's what it takes, about four instruments, which is the accordion, bajo sexto, the drums, and the bass. And then some conjuntos, what they call, they also add a saxophone to it, you know, like one from Mexico they call norteño. They use a saxophone, so they add with the accordion. And then some of them even add trumpets. And then accordion started getting kind of popular. They even play with the mariachis, you know, those big mariachi bands from Mexico. They started adding accordion pieces to their repertoire or whatever, and so that's and then the deal started when they started recording music with this thing was around late 1920s. This man called his name was Narciso Martinez. He was born in Brownsville, Texas, and he really could play this two-row. And so RCA Victor Records at that time, they're the ones that started recording this, and so they recorded the first accordion music with the Bajo Mexico. And then they started, around the late 1940s, they started adding another row to these accordions. You know, so that's where these other ones come in. Then they started playing with this type of accordion, 3 rows. And then they made them a lot fancier, as you can see this one here. And then, so that kind of gave us a lot more, where you could really take more music out of them than the 2-row. So, this thing, like an accordion, this one here, this type of accordions, they're called diatonics. The reason they're called diatonic is because you go in and you go out, and they sound different. That's the difference between a diatonic accordion and a keyboard accordion or a piano accordion. Because the piano, you just pull in and it sounds the same out, you know. And you also, these accordions, you can get about either whole chords where you can play, it's about 6 or 7, you know, where you can, that's why they tune them like this one here. That's called G, that's for the first row. C, that's for the second row, the middle row, and then F. And but you can, that was meant to play in 3 chords with this G and C and F. But somehow we got a little smart with these things, and we started playing in a bunch of keys, you know. Not only that, like right now I'm going to play something on G, you know. Then you can play in C, you know, the other row with like we're gonna play a little bit of. We also play a little bit of from Europe music, Mexico, and even Spain, you know. So I'm gonna play just a little part of the beer barrel polka from that comes from Spain. 1, 2, 3, 4. That you play, and then you want to play something where you really get all the 3 rows involved. You're going to play in like right here, like a Mexican polka, you know, from in F, which now we've played 1 in G, 1 on C, and then we're going to play on F, you know. Now you're getting the whole 3, and then so on you go, keep going into the chord, and you get B flat. out of G, G, yeah, and you play on D. And then you even play some A. That's about the many complete chords that you're gonna get out of the GCF accordion. How many keys you can get, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about, and then you say, well, this accordion got too much of a high pitch, but I still want to play. So you go, and then we're going to explain something else here. Go to another accordion where you want to play on B flat and A sharp. Yeah, and all E sharp. E flat, the way you see this. Now this one here, you got the F, B flat, E flat. That's why they're called F, B flat, E flat accordion. And then you can, that's why when you see a conjunto band, sometimes they got 3 or 4 accordions, like Flaco Jimenez and Nick Villarreal and all those guys, because they can't play too many, they can just play on natural key, so they got certain accordions to play, and more. Some of the guys, usually like us, this is like you got G here, where you also have it here in this accordion, but you can notice a different position. It ain't like right here, G, and then you got C, and then you, yeah. Okay, that's what this accordion is, GCF. So then we still got B flat on this one, E flat, A sharp. And then when we go out, we got C, and then we got G, and then we got D over here. So that's kind of giving you all an idea how this accordion works and how those guys, they record in different keys. But they sometimes, they use different accordions, like to A sharp. That's only half a key where you get G. So that's, now we're going to play you can also play minor keys on these things. This one here, you can play like A, and this is G minor. You can play it. There's a minor chord. Then you also have your C minor. Here you can play them like 1, 2, 3, 4. You go on some more, you know, but that's, like right now what I played a little bit on C minor, and we went to E flat. And then there for a little while we got into E flat minor. So kind of give you all an idea how these things work. You also, you know, like, I'm going to explain a little bit how this, like if you, on F, you say, well, I want to find out what the first relative of F is. So you go and you say, well, I'm going to prove it to you guys. What it is, it's something like, they call it in Spanish a rotation. Something circular, you know. You go, well, I'm going to go and we're, so I'm going to go, the first relative of F would be G minor. So you go from to D7 and then G minor and then A7. Here it is how it's supposed to. I can put it on a board and chalkboard and just write F, and then your relative, you go from F to D7 and then D minor and then D7 and then you just keep going. That's kind of what we call a rotation, and it's called a first relative. And you also have what you call a relative minor from, like if you're playing an F, your relative minor F would be D minor. So we're going to play something that works with your D minor. what we played there, we went from Niagara went to D7, I mean A7, and then to D minor, and then we went back to, and then it's got, that's what you call it, the relative minor F would be D7, yeah, D minor. So that's something, you know, you can, then we can go to this and they say, well, we want to, somebody wants, you can play a lot, you know, that's what we play, like I was telling John, you know, we go, it depends on the group we play. If we're playing at an anniversary for 50 years, we're going to be playing more waltzes, more slow music. And then sometime we play for younger, we try to play a little bit of Western. What Western do you want? Okay, like they play also like, it's kind of, they use it like a Western beat sometimes, but it's really como bolero, no? Like the Spanish Eyes. You can go like Spanish Eyes, you know, I think Willie Nelson and all those people, so they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let you all know that you can, conjunto music, it ain't just real simple stuff. You can also play, you know, different type of music. And there's bands that don't play a lot of polkas because that's what the people want, you know. Like we can play a bunch of polkas, and we can also play, you know, what you call bolero. It's a little slower than what we were playing now, but it's a rhythm or what they call danzón. Like danzón goes a little faster, which is it's something. We're going to give you a little sample. It's kind of like what we were playing, that you like the Spanish Eyes, but this got a little faster. And we're going to play it in G minor, you know, G minor and A minor. And if you notice, this very popular guy, he's from Mexico, Santana, the band Santana, what they're playing is actually the rhythm of danzón, but they had congas and they had other acoustics to it, but that's what the rhythm is, their music. Let's play a little bit of that. We're going to play a little bit. We don't have the drums, but here is more or less, you all can build your own drum set in your computer. I mean, because I'm going to let him do a little solo where it kind of sounds like, the real, with a little different, with the drums are supposed to be, and the bass and everything. But it's just so you can hear. Something, like that rhythm that you hear with Santana, but it's actually what you call danzón, and it originated from Mexico.
Cuba.
You also play like, say cha-cha-cha, you've heard of cha-cha-cha, people dance to it. We're going to play a little bit of this cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. But all this sounds a lot, fuller with the drums and the bass, but this is the music of conjunto that a lot of you hear. And then you hear more of it is like polkas, or you hear a little La Fest beat, you know, like, that's what you call a huapango. It's called, you know, the mariachi play a son in Mexico, but here we call them huapangos, and, which is a real fast beat, you know, you go. Huapango.
H-U-A-P-A-N-G-O.
H-U-A, okay.
Yeah, huapango, that's huapango. And,
I hear that a lot on the radio.
eh?
Sometimes on the radio, they're real fast.
Yeah, that's a huapango. In Mexico, they call them son, which has got the same rhythm, but with the mariachi, you know,
It's
like.
really a spin-off of the mariachi.
Yeah, like, how you know, the mariachi. Another huapango, and we played for my band. We got lucky, and we went and played for President Clinton when Clinton was the president. On his last year in Houston, he came for some kind of a fundraiser, and we went and played for him. We played for about 2 hours, and that's a number he wanted. You know, when
I hope he didn't take out his saxophone.
When he finished his speech, you know, and he wanted a real fast one, so we played that Guadalajara. It's called Guadalajara. So yeah, we got that. So that was one of our highlights that we'll probably never forget. And so okay, and then we're gonna get and show something else. You know that people like this guy Steve Jordan. You know. He's a whiz on these things, and he plays jazz with them, and he plays all kinds. So he plays sort of a little like blues, you know, like. trying to see if these kids can see that these things aren't just for, you know, you can play quite a bit of, you can get out a lot of music out of this thing. But it takes time, And,
I know that you take requests, but I didn't explain where you all went to school to learn to do this, and probably was the School of Hard Knocks.
School of Nowhere.
Yeah. So how long have you spent learning this?
well,
How long you been
we I started playing when I was in high school, when I was 13 years old, you know, and, well, the year before I went to, then I started playing, and we, you know, those talent shows they had, so and then professionally I started playing when I was about 17 years old. And the guy that showed me how to, I didn't really, it wasn't even an accordion player that showed me. It was a guy like Lupe, the bajo sexto, the older guy, but I didn't know that you could, you know, play, you could hear, I could hear the accordion, I could hear the background doing these other things, like I was playing about your relative minors and your first relative, and I couldn't figure it myself. It says, what? And then this guy got a hold of me. He said, well, here's what they do. So he showed me, and then once I learned that, then I kind of figured the accordion. Plus, I was drafted too, and I had 2 years broke in the Army, and I had an accordion with my sister sitting me an accordion. I had all the time in the world to really figure it out.
Okay. There's one of the questions on your sheet there is number 3. Some of you, I think it's number 3 that asks for the different styles. Some of you maybe haven't been able to complete that yet, and so this is the perfect time for you to ask about, would you play, not the name of a piece, well, maybe the name of a piece, but certainly a style. So we'll take that so you can write it down, and if you've already written one down, just draw arrows and, you know, direct me around the page as you want to when you're doing that. So does anybody have a request for a style that you didn't hear clearly or didn't have the time to write it down yet?
What's the difference between dancehall and cumbias?
What?
Cumbias?
Yeah.
Dancehall and cumbias?
What's the
Oh, okay. Well, we played a danzón, but we play a cumbia.
Cumbia is like a polka, but it's a little bit accented different in your downbeat. It's more sharper and more the sort of detained.
Well, the rhythm of a cumbia and a polka, the one that change the rhythm is your acoustics, you know, because you can play, I've played polka and I've told the guys, let's play it as a cumbia, which the change of the whole cumbia and a polka, let me play a polka and then we'll turn it in.
In the polka, in the guitar or the bajo sexto, the downbeat is extended more, like polka is. In cumbia, it's choppy. You got a chop of the downbeat.
And then you got also cumbias, you know, some guys play them different.
There's charangas,
faster,
which are fast.
and then they play them slower beat, you know, the cumbia. But we're gonna play one right here, kind of the fast type, and that. It's called Oye Me Cachita.
That's a little bit different than the polka.
Now we're gonna play the same number. He's gonna give the polka so you can hear what I was trying to say. We're gonna play the same polka. 1, 2, 3. It's the same. It's the same, but with the one that changes.
It's how the instruments accent it. In the polka, everybody goes a little bit further, extending the duck. And they'll play a polka
Like charanga.
They go in 99 and a third.
Also, you know,
But
people-
everybody has a different beat. Everybody accents the color in music a lot different than all the rest of the bands. Not every one band is the same as the rest. You get variety from the valley, from up north.
yeah, everywhere you go, people get it.
And you see them, well, what's that? And then you clear up the notes. That's the polka he was playing, but the playing is different. And some are interacting, making boleros. The bolero, by the way, is the other version of the English ballad. It's more or less the same as the ballad, but it's just a little bit slower in the rhythm. It's how the drum gives you the beat, because the drum and the bass are really your foundation for your rhythm. They are the rhythm section. He is like the piano. He's the main, gives out all the notes. I accent him with chords to back up those single notes.
Like they say in, the Western man, well, you got 2 guitars, right? And then it says, well, what did this guitar do? Well, I'm the lead. The lead, what they mean by the other guitar does what I'm doing with accordion. It plays and then the other guy is rhythm, what they call rhythm. So one guitar is doing the lead, the other, and then the bass and the drums. That's about, like a Western band is about what we, except that they don't, well, some of them are adding accordion to it, But.
As where he's the lead, I'm the rhythm that gives him time to play around with the chord, be improvising. But yet also, if you heard a while ago, he's put in a lot of chords also. So sometimes he's got to do double work, and I relieve him of that.
Anybody else have a request there that would help you on number 3 and distinguishing that? Anybody for style? Yeah.
I have another question about number 7. What are there's 3 types of accordions?
No?
Types of accordions.
How many are there?
Oh, yeah.
Talked about diatonic. Now, do you remember what he said about diatonic? What happens when it goes out and goes in?
Yeah, let me explain it again.
Yeah.
Like your keyboard, like a piano accordion, right? Piano accordion, that's what they're chromatic. What chromatic means is that you press on your
White key.
on a button going in and going out. It's the same sound because it works just like a piano. It's just like playing a piano. And you get that one's got all the music, like Beethoven and all those guys that really.
Do you ever use the keyboard accordion?
Do I use it? I play a little bit of keyboard, but this is the one
This
that
is the primary instrument.
yeah.
Actually, the diatonic accordion, when you push it in, it's got a note. When you pull it out, it's a different.
Yeah, that's a different.
It's not a harmonic.
You
That's
can,
the piano, not the piano. The piano accordion piano is in, it's the same note. Out is the same note, same
see,
thing.
like right here, I push in, it sounds, and I'm gonna push out. The same button. See, that's the difference. You put the same button on the piano accordion. It's the same.
No.
Well, so when I'm watching you play, you just do a little tiny thing like this when you're moving from one note to another.
In order to make the note
And you
confirm
can
to
hardly tell that you're doing it, but I'll watch you pulling out, and then all of a sudden you'll go like that.
Well, that takes a little time.
No, I think that's complicated.
That's exactly right, because you're thinking both for the,
And
listening to the sound.
also, you know what? I've had since I've been playing, I've had some quite a few people that come and you know what what she's talking about. They say, man, you really can coordinate. That's what you call your coordination of your air. Going in and out.
the baffles.
Like this polka way. You play one that you only do it maybe one time or two times, or the whole number like. Right there.
But back here,
Oh.
that facilitates for the air to come in faster and help him move it.
Yeah, well, you got your air button, yeah. Like sometimes you
They're thinking of a different area.
See, but it's very
you don't
essential.
have too many bees, you know.
It's very essential because without this little button, it would be real hard to pull it out. And to put it in,
Yeah,
to make that other note come in quick.
See, like really, when you go out, you don't have to pull. You really,
No.
when you're going in, because you want to get some air, you
You want
know.
to get
Like,
back in?
because there's like if you play on this is polka weed recording I made. There's another deal about this accordion. This accordion we weren't supposed to play like with the half accordion on E minor, and we recorded. Me and Lupe recorded this.
A little explanation on this is that not many accordion players can use only one, like the F and G, C, and all those chords that are programmed to this accordion only. A lot of people cannot get other chords.
Well, that's what I was telling
That's
you
when
about.
you really got to work and find out the other chords and put them in. And a lot of people stay amazed at that. Hey, you can only play 3 chords this high. How come you get 5, 6, or 7 chords? Because he's really using his mentality and his God-given ability to find those notes and to incorporate them into making a complete polka song or whatever. And that's where a lot of people that have that ability.
Like this,
helps a lot.
even the professionals say, how in the hell did you get that E minor out of F accordion, you know? You don't, well, but we did it, and we don't want to play it here. 1, 2, 3, That one I wrote that, I made that,
Beautiful. There's one other type that I was thinking of when I asked the question, and that is the concertina.
oh, yeah.
Concertina accordion.
Yeah.
That's more in Italian.
It's little bitty, isn't it?
Yes, it's like 6.
Yeah, they're little round ones that,
Yeah.
On that one, you play a lot of tangos on that.
Tangos?
It's mostly just buttons.
It's a round, it's round, it's not, and it's even your push button or
yeah, that's a
round.
concertina.
That's from Italy.
They also use
That's
them,
right.
use them on
That's
the
Italian.
Western movies, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
where they're in
Real small and
campfire and all that. Yeah. You can also play tangos with this thing, you know, and,
Again, it comes back to the ability of the player. If the player has been gifted with
and
a
what
lot
it
of
takes
talent,
to have a
he can
real,
take out anything. There's also another accordion, a lot bigger, called the Philharmonic accordion. A lot of accordion is.
Philharmonic?
That's a weird accordion, but it's the keys are not like the diatonic or the piano. They're staggered, and now that one has all the chords.
yeah, the chromatic, that's a
Chromatic.
chromatic type, button type.
I was once in New Orleans with some people, and one of the guys that played accordion, just made a generalization. He was telling me how there's a difference between in Creole music, that's a different kind of accordion than a basic, some of the standard accordions. I don't know if you know if there's a different name for it, or he was saying something with the keys. There's less keys, or something that he dealt with, and it was a lot smaller than most I've seen.
Yeah. Well, they like the Hohner accordion is a lot smaller than this. Like this one's, they're way too big, you know. They got the 9 switches. The 9 switches, all they do is change the sound. What they do is they have a bunch of blocks in there with reeds, and then all these things they block
Certain notes.
certain notes where it's to sound different. These ones only got 2. What it does, it blocks one side of your. And you only have one reed when, like this. And when you press your master, that's 2 reeds. It sounds brighter, you know. Like we used to like, dale la menor, like this with one reed.
If y'all went to that, maybe to that accordion festival just went by a couple of weeks back, there you would have seen that little concertina, because they get accordion players from all over the world, and they all play their songs that's native to their land, and that's where that little, I've seen it a lot of times, and mostly it's those Italian and French people that use that mainly for the tango.
And they got really for the tango, it's one of the, it's called the bandoleon.
Bandoleon.
That thing's got, I don't know, about 3 sets of bellows, you know, like this. These are called bellows. And that bandoleon, it's got about 3 or 4 sets of this, you know. And it's also squared. And and that one, I tried to play one, and I tell you, I don't know, I couldn't.
You needed a little air compressor.
I couldn't, because I'm so used to playing this type, you know, that they're tuned different. Like the concertina. Concertina is tuned different. But they got a beautiful sound, though, the way those things are tuned. And
on the 3 different accordions that you have, are there similarities between the placement of those buttons?
what's that?
Or the buttons that you,
The notes?
yes.
What the notes are?
Uh-huh.
Arrangement of the notes?
Are there similarities in terms of?
They're the same.
Up to down, they're the
Yeah,
same?
but
Yeah, they're the same
they're
distance.
the only difference is when you grab another key, he's in another key.
Right.
Yeah, like right here, you know, that G, you know, that's a different position, you know. But you can also get G going out at a different octave, you know. And then, and then you get D, I mean C. Also, you know, like the scale, you said, well, you know, I give accordion lessons in San Antonio. I work for Alamo Music, and I work for this other called a Heritage Taller, you know, Heritage Shop. And I, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I go teach for about 3 hours. And that's what you try, you know, sometimes you say, well, they told me to learn the scales. I said, yeah, I'll teach you scales, but the best way for anybody starting that wants to play the accordion, this type of accordion. You know, if you're going to play a keyboard or piano, then you're going to learn all your notes and play by, you know, which this thing you almost have to play by ear, because you don't have time to be going in and out
And reading the notes.
yeah, so and that's what I try to teach them, you know, like, then they say, well, the scales. I said, yeah, I'll teach you scales, but I'm going to teach you a little simple, little polka, you know. Like, I start like says, and then I start teaching you this chord, you know, this is F, and then you got three chords, like second chord, I mean the third chord, and then you're second. So you play like. That's the way, you know.
Any other questions? Because if not, I want to ask you to play one more of those blues, accordion blues. Or you can play the same one if you want.
The blues, there's a lot of different, with different titles, but yet it's still the same beat. And as you maintain, you're mostly on your seventh chord, like if you're in a G chord, you automatically go to your C7, and you use your G7. Blues are mostly about 7 chords.
And you know, like those sevens, like he was talking about, the Western bands really use them, you know.
They also incorporate them.
Instead of giving your, like, G. But it don't matter if B.B. King is playing your blues or if anybody, it's the same keys. Whoever's backing him up, it's the same.
Especially for the drummer.
If I'm playing the accordion, and it's the same. And it's so every you know, like the waltzes, you know, I'll play, you know, the waltz. You might be surprised, but I get a lot of requests for the Tennessee waltz. Which, you know, said, yeah, I know it, you know, and of course I should know it if I'm not, I shouldn't be in this business anyway. But anyway, and that one it's got something that, it's a little, and I think that's why people, like for a little bit you play and it goes to your relative minor, like an F, you know. It's got. before we go, I'm gonna play you all something that I had to learn, and because I was playing at this event in San Antonio, and they had all these people from from the consulate from Mexico and whole people, and they had the Marine Guard to raise the flag. And when they do that, they got to play the national anthem. And the sergeant comes to me, and he says, "Hey man," he says, that's the way he told me, "Hey man, you know how to play the national anthem?" And I says, "Well, I've never played it, but I know how it goes. You know, I forgot the record." I forgot the record. That's no joke. So I says, "Okay." So what I did, says, "Yeah," because at that time, it's been quite a while. I used to watch the Cowboys, you know, football, and they always started with the national anthem before the game. So I had the national anthem.
Do we have
So
to stand?
I says, "Okay," and here's it
Do
sounds.
you want us to stand?
Whatever. And also when I play on when we play on like on the VFWs and those they and I also those people we've been playing night in old San Antonio during Fiesta Week for this is going to be our 38th year. So we be there. So you guys, if you go over there, go visit us at the Haymarket. Okay, and here I said, well, I want to try it, so we're going to play here. After we finish it, okay.
We're out of time, I'm sorry.
Okay.
They all got to get to another class, and I could stay and listen. We have another group coming in.
Yeah, we enjoyed with you guys, man. I hope you all